Shalom everybody, Rabbi Akiva Gersh here with Israel 365, and in this week's Torah portion, Parshat Shemot, we're learning about the years of slavery and servitude of the Israelites in the ancient land of Egypt. In modern day times, archaeological and historical evidence have brought this story alive for us in ways never known before.
This wall painting found by archaeologists illustrates what the historical record tells us, that peoples from the land of Canaan came to the land of Egypt in ancient times for various reasons, and of course amongst them were the ancient Israelites. We learn in the verse in Exodus 1:11, so they appointed over them tax collectors to afflict them with their burdens. They built store cities for Pharaoh, namely Pithom and Raamses. So we learn that the Israelites, shortly after Jacob and his sons die, they enter the years of slavery and servitude, and they are being used as forced workers to build specifically cities in Pithom and Raamses. And we look at a map of Lower Egypt in the Nile Delta region, we will see in the land of Goshen, where the Torah tells us the Jews were brought, we can see where these ancient cities of Raamses and Pithom were located. Archaeologists in modern day times in the past many decades have been digging in these areas looking for these ancient cities, and they have found evidence of buildings, of dwelling, of people living there. Ancient buildings made by ancient slave forced laborers using bricks. Sound familiar? This is the connection between this Torah portion and these sites and the archaeology that brings it alive. During this time period of the Israeli servitude, one of the leaders of Egypt, Raamses II, ruler of Egypt in the 13th century BCE, and he has the slave laborers build him a city, Raamses, as we just learned from the verse. And this is according to the historical and archaeological records, what this city probably looked like. But if you go there today, all you see is fields, a village, some farms, but here and there you can actually find remnants of this ancient place from this ancient time. Here is the feet of a statue of Ramses that archaeologists found on the site. And what they discovered is that most of the original city of Raamses, which for many years seemingly disappeared into thin air, and archaeologists couldn't figure out why, they realized that many of the monuments and the structures and the buildings were in later years brought to another city called Tanis, just a few dozen kilometers away.
So in these modern day times of ours, we have the great benefit and blessing of linking the verses from the Bible with the archaeological and historical evidence that have been found in modern times, and seeing the story come alive in front of our eyes in a whole new way.